onto the final part of this volume. We end up going over to new adventures after getting pretty violent near the end there. Do we really know the friends that we have? Let's find out. You follow along as Skyle leads you back out to the airfield. You can see Connell in the distance, walking over to inspect the row of aircraft spacecraft and a short term for CB design for both. Skyle's quiet as you walk, the face set deep in thought. Finally, halfway towards the control tower, she stops and looks at you.
You ever take a minute to stop and think about what you're doing here?
Like, here on this weird satellite thing? Mostly not trying to die, actually.
No, I mean, what you're doing with your life. You ever stop and reflect on what it all actually means?
This is starting to feel almost uncomfortably personal. Fortunately, the idea of you actually responding to Scarlet seems to be completely optional, because she continues talking without any prompting.
You ever go into something expecting it to be so different than what it ends up? And then you just don't know how to get back to how things were?
Do you ever wonder why we're here? I heard it's one of life's greatest mysteries. It actually does hit pretty close to home. The flash of green in front of you and the faint lingering smell of an old house. It's an impossibly old house. Do you think you understand what she means?
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I just keep turning what you said over and over in my head. You honestly think any of us have any chance against the Empire?
You shrug non-committedly. A lot of things are possible.
I noticed you didn't answer the question. It doesn't matter anyway. We can't stay here after breaking out Wolverine Mom.
You remember this building from the Marsti showed you, and you remember the banks and missiles nearby. Those are definitely still a thing.
There's the problem. Even if we steal a ship, we still have to get clear before one of those sends us straight to hell.
I wonder, does the MSP Raider not still have the sword? Just make those things crunchy and they will never work. Troll hell?
What other kind of hell is there?
Sorry, I was just trying to lighten the mood a little bit. So what's the deal with the control tower? What needs to be done to get away from being killed?
Well, we'll probably have to...
She trails off. You look fear crosses her face. You quickly turn and see a familiar face glaring at you. Ah, Ardata. Hello.
I remember you.
I was hoping you wouldn't. No, that must have been a different alien. Yep, totally not you at all. After all, she must have had so many people down in here in the torture basement over the sweeps.
Of course. What are you doing here?
She's still staring directly at you and completely ignoring Skyla. Finally, Skyla could just throw an Ardata's glance snaps up. Her eyes flit over Skyla's uniform quickly.
Yes, recruit,
Corrigan, ma'am. I was just escorting the alien here around the base, making sure they don't get into anything they shouldn't.
Indeed. I wasn't informed of such a major deviation from my schedule prior to my arrival. I've got quite a busy schedule, and I still need to meet with your commanding officer, now that I've been personally apprised of my orders.
Yes, Captain.
Ardata, who has apparently had a major shift in career direction since you last met her, turns back at you.
Again, what are you doing here? So eloquently put. Have you considered trying out for the theater?
Well, you didn't do this kind of...
I was being condescending. It's no fun when you take everything at face value.
Before Ardata can interrogate you further, your familiar chimes. She pulls out a sleek blank palm look and glares.
I swear to Empress, this just keeps getting more irritating. I have to go back now. I can trust you to escort this alien back to a secure location, Recruit Corriga.
She doesn't even wait for a response before she walks off, muttering something to herself. You glance over at Skyla and it looks like she's shaking. Is everything okay?
No, everything's not okay. Y'all got sawdust between your ears? That was a captain in the Fleet Propaganda Division.
Okay, that means basically nothing to you. You're still assimilating here, acclimating here. It's only like one night cycle into that.
Sure. Anyway, we shouldn't hang around here too much longer.
You all meet back at the barracks. Some yelling from Connell gets rid of the trolls who are sitting around talking. Skyla pulls you and Connell's side start speaking in low tones.
Okay, y'all took a look around. A lot of stuff to be worried about. Control tower's gonna be guarded.
Ran into a fucking Rusty down by the plains. She thinks we're up to something.
Fuck. Well, it's not gonna be much longer before someone discovers what happened in Lucis Holden and starts asking around. You weren't exactly subtle.
You didn't fucking ask for subtle.
I mean, she does have a point.
You're not helping. We need to figure out a plan of action.
We're getting out. I thought we talked about this already.
Of course we're getting out, but we need to talk about what happens once we do that.
You're sitting here watching ZC talk back and forth, thinking about the options you have. Finally, it clicks. You need to say something. You got valuable thoughts and opinions that are definitely not massively overstepping any boundaries. We gotta keep pushing for the revolution. Viva la revolution. The people who can help them fight. Scott raised an eyebrow and looked at you pointedly.
You know what you're saying is crazy, right?
Crazy? No way. You know there's folks out there who doesn't like anything to do with the Empire. Revolutionaries like Malik. Folks like Stealth and Tisius. Even if not everyone's going to outright defy the Empire, there's plenty more who'll choose not to support it. To make little cracks in the foundation that can be exploited to bring the whole system down.
I don't know about all that, but I can't say I'm a big fan of the Empire.
Her tone's even, but you can see a little spark behind her eyes. A glimmer of something that says far more than her words ever could. Connell's like she's about to say something that looks across her face as she stops herself. She looks down at a Wolverine model who makes a quiet little chirp in response.
Yeah.
She grits her teeth and clenches both fists tightly.
I'm so fucking sick of all of this. Having to play by their fucking rules all the time. Having to wait for some fucking high blood to decide if we live or die.
Neither you nor Skyla interrupt. Connell turns to face Skyla.
You never tell me about what you're thinking. Not about this.
About what?
Don't be stupid. It's not cute. You want to go against them? Sometimes. I want to burn them to the fucking ground. Okay, fine. So you got some big plan, right?
Hell yeah, you got a plan. Your plan is... that's the crazy part. My plan? Sticking to the man?
Gonna be honest, that sounds like you don't actually have a plan.
Look, it's simple. Everyone hates the Empire, right? It sure would be great if maybe take the Empire down a few notches, and, you know, there's people out there fighting them. You remember Malik, the kind of desperate energy he had when you were talking to him before. Tisius having to wipe out the records of Tigiri and Polypa's direct action. Something bigger than any one person. Connell groans and rolls her eyes.
You talk big, but we'll get shot down before we get off the ground. You forget about that?
I think I know a way that we can cover our escape and hurt the Empire at the same time. What if we blow up most of the other attack crap? That'd put a dent in their war machine and give us the window to get out of here.
Marsti's not gonna like that. You're not sure if it's entirely accurate to say that would be much of a dent to Empire's anything.
Oh yeah. We're gonna blow their shit the fuck up.
How eloquently put, Connell. Yeah, that.
Okay, sure. Well, there's an armory nearby that has the explosives we'll need.
Mom can get those.
Then you put them around the airfields, and I'll detonate them all at once. Take everything out at the same time.
And how can you help? Connell starts laughing at you.
You stay your ass in here and don't touch anything.
You really try to do what she says, honest, but the thing is, when you got a minute to collect your thoughts, you realize something. What if Marsti's still at the airfield? A feeling of raw panic runs through you as you jump up and run through the door. You gotta go find her. You're not sure how much time you got left. You're sure that the plan hasn't finished yet, because you haven't heard any explosions coming from the direction of the airfield, but for all this, you know, Skyla's about to hit the button and turn everything into firestorm. You don't see Connor on anywhere, all probably a good sign. You quickly run towards the back of the airfield to where Marsti's ship was. Marsti! Trying to find her poke around something, replacing the access pin and bolting it into place.
You're back. Why are you back?
That's kind of a long story you don't really have time to get into, but the bottom line is you need to explain things very quickly.
Got the bombs. Time to get to work.
Okay, I marked off everywhere you gotta set those down. Be careful now. We want enough to cause a distraction, not trying to cook everyone.
Shut up. I know what I'm doing.
What you said before about getting out, do you actually have a plan for this?
It's currently in place right now, which is why I'm asking you. You bet you're gonna set off the taser explosive over the airfield so you can slip out the ensuing chaos. It's a very good plan. Marsti scowls at you.
Funny. You never struck me as very bloodthirsty. Look, I can talk to these people, convince them to stand down for a little while, conveniently not notice a single ship leaving.
Okay, sounds like a good alternative to what you're currently going on. You just need to find Connell before she does something you'll regret. What does Marsti want to come with you all of a sudden?
There's a signal out there in the wastes.
Not really much of an explanation.
I'm getting to it if you stop interrupting. There's some kind of relay, but I don't think the Empire's fully in control. It was broadcasting a list of names, some kind of registry of people that have been assigned to one of the fleet warships that's still docked on Alternia. I recognized one of the names.
Vocal.
Darian.
Oh yeah, the bronze chick that was on the backpack of Kuprum. This makes a lot more sense. You're a giant, obvious crush.
Shut the fuck up. Point is, if she's assigned as permanent crew, then there's a good chance she's headed for deep space soon, and then she'll be gone. Can't exactly chase down a warship going 5 times light speed, can you?
No, it does seem pretty impossible.
So, I need to know what's happening. Even if I can't do anything, I have to at least know.
So, that means she's got face.
Yeah, exactly. Guess you're not quite as stupid as you look.
Gee, thanks. I come back after having greeted my mother on coming back home from work, and I get called stupid as fuck. Okay, awesome. Even from a distance, the shockwave of the explosions knocks you and Marsti flying your back. You pick yourself and struggling to get up sitting. All around you, everything's on fire. The smoke is choked and stifling. You press forward, just looking for a way out. The head of you, Marsti, is just shuffling forward like a zombie, stumbling through the smoke. You try desperately to ignore the smell that's crawling up your nostrils. The first thing you see through the smoke is a choking vision. It is a figure, Connell, walking forward like something out of a horror movie. You instinctively push yourself back.
What the fuck are you even doing here? You were supposed to be in the barracks waiting for our signal.
You feel like vomiting. Not sure if it's from the faintly cooked meat smell coming from the burning airfield, the general horror of the day.
You fucking bastards.
Next to you, Marsti is already on her feet, advancing towards Connell. Ugh, it doesn't work well. Connell's first contact is to side Marsti's head, and she goes down hard.
We don't have time for this.
Glad we're just as disposable to the revolution as the fucking Empire. I could have talked to them. They would have let us go.
Don't give me that bullshit. We're all killers. You think I'm going to just let my mom die? Let this stupid fucking Empire and pushover cronies do whatever they want?
Connell!
Shut up. The last thing I want is you sticking up for me.
Pushes herself to her feet again, shakes herself off, brushing the front of her uniform and glaring at Connell.
It doesn't matter. It's done already. We need to get out of here.
Skylar comes by and grabs you to the scruff of the hoodie. Her tone is firm but gentle.
We gotta go, okay? Not if you understand.
You nod. This sucks. Inside the ship, Skylar sits you down and straps you into one of the jump jets. Connell comes right after, still covered in blood and soot. You really want to throw up right now.
You keeping your shit together? We're almost out.
You really want to respond, but you can't stop smelling the outside like barbecue, you wretch. Was it always like this? Was it like this the last time you were on Alterna and you just didn't notice? Too busy getting wrapped up in your own personal problems to see what was right in front of you.
Systems are all online. We're ready to go.
Good. Get us the fuck in the air.
The ship lurches and Marsti pulls back in control so it can jams the throttle forward. You close your eyes, count backwards from 10, and hope that the day will come when you stop seeing everything you just witnessed. Someday. One day. Any day. With a roar, the engine comes fully to life and you're thrown back against the padded jump seat. All the blood rushes right to the back of your head, which is a profoundly unpleasant feeling, but definitely a lot better than dying. You can feel your
Oh, my dear reader. Do you honestly think I can't see you?
No, this isn't right. You're not real!
Tell me, did you ever find what you were looking for?
What were you looking for?
Not to worry. We will see each other. Soon enough.
Hey, you awake?
Well, you are now. You set up as much of a strain as you can while strapped in the attached ship's restraints. Skylar's looking over at you, her face lined with concern.
You just kinda passed out for a minute there.
Happened when we punched out. Couldn't take the hit.
You groan and look around groggily. How long have you been out for? From what little you can see the cockpit window, you can see the edge of the sky. The point where the atmosphere of the artificial expanse of the desert of misery you're just on peels away into the cold indifference of space. Wait, why aren't you going any higher?
We're landing a little ways up ahead, outside their defense perimeter. I've got something I need to take care of.
The ship pulls down again, thankfully with a lot less intensity than takeoff as Marsti guides it along the ridges and peaks of the small mountain range you definitely don't remember seeing before. After 5 minutes of low-speed maneuvering, you feel a sudden jolt of the ship touching on the ground. Before anyone else can say anything, you're out of your seat and running up to the hatch in the back of the ship, pulling it open and jumping out. You're once again breathing the sweet, sweet air of delicious freedom.
Don't get too excited. We're still not off this rock.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. These are just about near-death experiences for now. You're looking forward to doing something that's a lot more low-key. Maybe spending some time with an old friend who really knows how to just hang out and not get all wrapped up in interstellar political conflict. Just chill vibes all around.
Whatever. Sounds boring as fuck to me, but whatever.
We gotta get going soon. Marsti, you good to fly us back to Alternia? Figure we can try and make contact with whoever counts for being in charge of the rebels down there.
No.
What in the hell do you mean no?
Marcy doesn't respond right away. You can see her shaking as she unclenches her fist.
Even if I had wanted to in the first place, you think I'd go with you after what you did?
Burning meat.
And save me whatever speech you have ready, whatever bullshit about acceptable losses.
It's not like that. It wasn't supposed to happen like that.
Really? Because I'm a stupid wiggler who will believe anything you tell her, right?
Skylar glances over at you quickly and you look away. You wish you knew what to say to make the situation better, but honestly, it doesn't feel like something that can be better. All of this is going to make the next thing you say have even more awkward, isn't it? Hey, so you're actually playing hand with Marcy for a little bit longer. You're not sure why, but you have a feeling that'll be something you still gotta take care of up there.
Fine. Y'all suit yourselves, because Connell and I are gonna head down and take care of business.
You do that. I'm gonna get my things from the ship and then head out.
Hey, there's something else we need to do. Something I didn't want to talk about before. You know, on account of surveillance and everything.
Skylar knows why, she doesn't say anything.
I need to know what's going on with Astasia. I know he's planetside doing fleet stuff, but I haven't heard from him since...
She frowns, and you get a rare glimpse of her into her actual feelings. She's genuinely worried. Skylar notices this too, and her expression softens.
Okay, yeah, sure. We'll figure out where he is and see what we can do. Let's get going.
Fucking right? Let's get the hell away from this stupid place. I've got a mate sprite to rescue.
You're not sure that he necessarily needs rescuing, but you really don't feel comfortable saying anything to Connell. Honestly, she kind of scares you. More so today than ever before, if you're really being honest with yourself. Scott turns to you, and there's something hollow in her gaze, the same haunted look behind her eyes she had when you first saw her again.
You know we didn't have a choice, right?
You're gazing Skylar, and you feel a strange feeling run through your body, a distant sense of unreality. She always has a choice, right up until the moment she's made it. Why does it sound so familiar to you? Skylar grimaces and looks down at the ground, shuffling and wearing a handful of shirt in one hand.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I can understand why y'all don't want to stick around.
You're starting to respond, so I know it's definitely not like that. It's just you, Marcy, too. But then you stop yourself. Because deep down inside, maybe it is a little bit like that. You know that you barely knew these two before today, but the realization is hitting you pretty hard now. You really have no idea who they are.
I should go. Look, I'm sorry.
For a moment, you're left alone with your thoughts, and there is something that keeps coming back again and again. Did you ever find what you're looking for? What does that mean? What is it that you're looking for? Well, for one thing, you still got a lot of your old friends to try to find. Every person you find, you get more and more worried about what will be happening to the next one. If only you hadn't misgauged things so badly, maybe you could have avoided all this. You don't get any more time for quiet self-reflection because Marcy shows up again holding a small bag taken from the ship's emergency kit.
You ready to go?
Stop her. You stop her. If you're going to be traipsing around here on this godforsaken rock satellite moon thing, you're going to need to know at least a little bit of what the specific plan is. Marcy scrunches up her face for a second, but then shrugs.
Figure I'll head out and find out what the source of this transmission is. If it's the rebels, that means there's rebels nearby to babysit the signal. They'd at least give me a ride back to Alternia. Probably.
Unless it's the Empire, in which case almost like could just shoot you in the head, right? That seems like it's basically their style. Marcy sighs and shrugs again.
Sure. Would have ended up the same way if I'd stuck around sooner or later.
You hate to admit it, but she's absolutely right. So that's the plan now. Off to another grand adventure, just you and Marcy back at it again.
Last time we talked, we visited the dump, and you acted like an ass.
Look, let's talk about that less, okay? The point is you got a big adventure to go on now.
I mean, not really. We're just checking for a radio source, and hopefully leaving with all of our limbs intact.
Adventure. Adventure!
Sure. Whatever you say.
The K team. The less the dust becomes, will survive as soldiers of fortune. That was a lot. That was a lot, and I really don't want to do it again, but that was a lot. But I have a feeling that I may have gotten the wrong choice. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Well. I don't know what to save over. Which ending is this? Revolution still. Okay, we're on track. Alright. So minus my little kerfluffle, I kind of was a little silent near the end of there because there was a lot of shit happening. I'm kind of liking this new... Oh, hold on, let me close menu. MSPA Reader's Journal will continue in Volume 4. They become what they beheld. Return. So, I'm starting to realize that it's not as engaging when I'm not reading everything, but my voice has definitely helped me. I don't even feel very, like, throat tired at the moment. And I've been recording 2 volumes right now. It's crazy. I'm so glad that there's voice acting, but on the other hand... Okay, I'm gonna get a little critical here. Originally, I said Focal's voice initially was nice and grisly, but... she just sounds a little odd. Honestly. She just sounds a little like, cause when she has her quirk capitalized, she's like, "Wah," you know? Like a growling, like, and it sounds like the voice actor sort of didn't want to wake up their parents on the other side of the bedroom. You know, on the other side of the wall, you know? It had that kind of feel of like, I'm not allowed to really get into what I'm trying to voice act because I got people in my house that need to sleep or something like that. Because essentially what I'm trying to say is Connell definitely could have been louder. Skyla was fine. Honestly, I don't really have much complaints about her. Sure, her voice acting didn't seem too bad. Marsti, yeah, she kind of sounded how I thought she would be. Like, everyone had a vast change in look for the most part, but some people were more heavily changed than others, and Marsti was definitely one of them. Definitely didn't look as she did now, but hey, artistic measures, that's perfectly fine. I don't know who that fish blood guy was in the fucking Metal Gear part. By the way, if this is what they mean by action sequences, I may just turn it off, because holy shit, that was awful. It wasn't just, okay, I admit, I was pretty bad at it, but it was also super finicky. I did not want to play that for any longer than I needed to. It was so bad, and I was not having a good time. It was not fun. It's just, they're trying to have all this interaction and whatnot, and I just don't think it's needed. I think they're definitely trying too much. Not too hard, too much. There's the difference. I don't know. It was fun, but it was definitely intense. Holy hell was it intense. Oh my goodness. I'm with MSPA Reader. That shows a lot of shit that was going on, and I guess I chose the right ending, but holy fuck. I guess it gives you that lesson of, do you really know the people who you would consider friends? With the MSPA Reader, it's more of you literally just met these people for like a day. Maybe not even a day. You don't know who they really are. You don't know what they're really capable of. You don't know what their thought process is, of what they will do when the cards are on the table. What will they do? What are they thinking of? What is their type of bullshit? And some of it is just beholden to them. They are the only ones who should be able to know that. You can't read into everyone's minds, nor should you. But there are certain things that would be helpful to know as a person who's trying to, like, help them out. Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot. And yeah, they honestly could. I honestly don't know if I made the right choices. I may have fucked up. That may have been a me thing. If I had only went to Connell, if only I went with Connell on the airship to talk to Marsti, I thought Marsti would still be in the control tower. I could talk to her and be like, hey, we had this plan. And then we could have hashed it out and whatnot, but I don't know. I just feel like I got the worst ending out of all of it. Alright, I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer than now, so if you like the videos, make sure to like them. If you want to see more, please subscribe. If you want to get notified, because I don't have a schedule for any of these, they come out when they come out, then make sure to ring the bell. I make community posts on my channel page whenever a new episode's about to air, within about 3 to 4 days of me sending it out. So look forward to that. Oh, anyways, after that, all that BS, I will see y'all on the flip side. Have a good one.